Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Uzair Ali and currently I am working as project coordinator at PASA Eco HealthNet Pakistan. On behalf of PASA Trust and PASA HealthNet Eco Pakistan, we welcome you all to this session uh, of e-mental health teaching and training in psychiatry of residents, session of series on obsessive compulsive disorder, update by Professor Ridwan Taj. Professor Rizwan Taj needs no introduction. I wonder if Professor Iqbal Afridi Saab is here or anyone from his team can take over the mic. Dr. Asad Nizami, can you please take over the mic, please?
I think Professor Iqbal Afridi has come over. He's joined. So,
Assalamu alaikum, sir. आप muted हैं. Iqbal Afridi साहब. सर आप muted हैं.
I think sir को आप text कर दें और call कर दें. I think he is muted, so it would be good if he could start.
जी.
Bismillah Rahman Rahim. First of all, I am very thankful to all of you. And as हमारे इस प्रोग्राम की रिवायत हमने ये रखी है कि दुआ करते हैं कि अल्लाह ताला हम सबको इस कोविड के अलावा भी दीगर जो कुदरती आफात या मेन मेड डिजास्टर से उससे बचाए, खासतौर हमारे पाकिस्तान को, पूरी दुनिया को, और खासतौर पर जो फ्रंट लाइन पे काम करने वाले डॉक्टर, नर्सेज और दूसरे लोग हैं, इनको अल्लाह तहफ़्फ़ुज़ दे और उसको अल्लाह अजर दे. So I'm very thankful that Professor Asad is here, and we have a renowned speaker today who is the fellow of the Royal College of Psychiatrists, as well as he was the president of Pakistan Psychiatric Society, and now he is the dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Allied Discipline in the PIMS Hospital, and he has many other achievements, and there are many research paper to his credit. So in मेरा ख्याल है रिजवान साहब हैं इधर, पहुंच गए, अभी पहुंचे नहीं है. अच्छा, फिर इस दौरान में अगर जब तक पहुंचे नहीं है, let me also thank the ECHO people working in the ECHO, especially Mr. Uzair and others, that they have extended their help to Pakistan Psychiatric Society, and these webinars will have enormous impact on the teaching training of our postgraduates. तो जब तक रिजवान ताज नहीं आए तो मेरा ख्याल है कि असद तमीजुद्दीन साहब से सुबह बात हो रही थी कि वो अपने ख्यालात का इजहार करें, खासतौर पर ये जो WHO की रिकमेंडेशन वाली मेडिसिन है उसके मुकाबले में इनका क्या एक्सपीरियंस है वो बता दें.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. This is Professor Asad Nizami, and thank you Professor Iqbal Afridi for inviting me for comments till the time Professor Ridwan Taj comes. I think since this is a residents forum, so just to update you, a few days back we had interaction with the WHO, और I know कि इस वक्त जितने भी residents हैं उनको different departments से calls आती हैं of patients who have behavior disturbances. वो चाहे delirium की वजह से है या they may go into a psychosis, and then there are few patients who are depressed also, and then there are few patients who would have different kinds of oddities in their behavior. So question ये था कि how to contain them. So WHO की recommendation ये थी कि आप सबसे पहले कोशिश करें psychosocial means को, लेकिन हमने उनको अपडेट दिया कि there are times कि हमारे patient जो हैं वो even violent और aggressive हो जाते हैं. So what to do about it? So their recommendation still is that you should only stick to haloperidol. You should not go to other medication. But I was just talking to Professor Iqbal Afridi के ground realities थोड़ी different है हमारी. When we are working within our hospital settings, patients do possibly not get contained with the haloperidol. So हम दो काम कर रहे हैं. एक तो we are looking into research which has now started to come over कि what other medication as regards anxiety, as regards depression, as regards psychosis, and as regards delirium can be useful in our patients. There are a number of guidelines available, so I think Professor Iqbal Afridi has decided that we can do a small multi-center trial in different educational institutions, and we will get some evidence base. In the meantime, we will also get some evidence over the published material ke what other choices do we have, because all patients are different, their difficulties are different. The number of patients who are coming with grief, abnormal grief reactions. So उसके लिए हमने सोचा है कि we run a small trial and I'm sure कि very soon we will update you on the same forum कि what has been the result. So I'm thankful for Professor Iqbal Afridi is always innovative and he always thinks कि हमें local level पे भी search करना चाहिए और anybody who has interest in possibly getting into this adventure, I think let me or let Professor Iqbal Afridi know about it. Thank you.
देखो कोई I think जब तक रिजवान ताज साहब आए, let me share के we at the platform of Pakistan Psychiatric Society with help of Professor Asad Tamizuddin and Mukhtar and other colleagues are participating in a very big study which is multi-sectorial और पांचों बराज़ों में हो रही है co-fit study और उसकी जो है ना उर्दू वर्जन हमने तकरीबन असद साहब ने वहाँ पे शुरू कर दिया है, हमारा भी बन गया है तकरीबन। तो हम चाहते हैं कि जो इंग्लिश जुबान में कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं वो उसको भरें कोफिट स्टडीज को। और मैं दूसरी बात बताना चाह रहा था कि इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे हमने एक बार तो असद तमीज़ुद्दीन साहब ने मेहरबानी करके जो साइकोलॉजिकल फर्स्ट एड का एक कामयाब प्रोग्राम कराया। उसके बाद में दूसरा प्रोग्राम था वो मैंने मेडिकली अनएक्सप्लेन्ड सिम्टम का किया। तीसरा प्रोग्राम जो था वो अमेरिका के प्रोफेसर आसिम ने किया जिसमें टच डिप्राइवेशन एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ कोविड कि अगर लोग हाथ नहीं मिला रहे हैं तो क्या उसके असरात हैं या गले नहीं मिल रहे हैं फिजिकल डिस्टेंस और सोशल डिस्टेंस की वजह से। और उसके बाद में हमने प्रोफेसर जो हमारे मुअद्दत राना साहब ने शानदार किस्म का एक प्रोग्राम किया साइकोट्रॉमा पे। और उसके बाद में एक प्रोग्राम किया हमारे फरीद मिनाज साहब ने और उन्होंने जो है बॉर्डरलाइन पर्सनैलिटी पे बात की। और इसके साथ साथ एक प्रोग्राम शायद और हुआ था वो वकार साहब ने एक प्रोग्राम किया, वकार अजीम ने चाइल्ड साइकेट्री पे। तो आज का जो प्रोग्राम है ओसीडी से रिलेटेड है और आइंदा हमारे पाइपलाइन में जो प्रोग्राम है वो जिसमें हम यह है कि एक बार पाकिस्तान से होगा एक बार बाहर से होगा। ये इसलिए है कि हमारे पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट जो कोविड की वजह से स्टडी स्टैंड स्टिल हो गई थी। कल हमने कॉलेज ऑफ फिजिशियन सर्जन के प्लेटफॉर्म पे फैकल्टी की मीटिंग भी की और हम प्लान कर रहे हैं कि अगस्त में जो है इम्तिहान शुरू हों और प्लान ए प्लान बी दोनों बना रहे हैं हम उसको। तो मेरे ख्याल में रिजवान साहब पहुंच गए या नहीं पहुंचे तो हम इस दौरान में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं कि ओसीडी में क्या क्या सवाल जहन में आ सकते हैं। ओसीडी में के मुतालिक क्या क्या सवाल जहन में आ सकते हैं कि इसकी पहले उर्दू क्या हो, उर्दू उसको हम डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। रिजवान साहब पता नहीं क्यों नहीं पहुंचे, फोन कर लेते हैं। रिजवान साहब को जरा फोन करें। हाँ तो उर्दू क्या होनी चाहिए इसकी?
I think अगर residents बताना चाहें तो they can speak out or they can put it in the chat box. So I think organizers communicate कर सकेंगे।
कहाँ है भैया? लिंक नहीं है? अच्छा वो कह रहे हैं लिंक हम तो खुद शुरू किया। जस्ट करें आप कर लें। रेजिडेंट से रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो प्रोग्राम नाम तजवीज करें कि इसको क्या कहा जाए, ऑब्सेसिव कंपल्सिव डिसऑर्डर को वहम की बीमारी की जाए, वसवसों की बीमारी कहा जाए या जो है इसको बहसो तकरार की बीमारी कहा जाए।
रेजिडेंट सब अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं, अनम्यूट करके बोलिएगा प्लीज।
उजैर साहब।
जी सर।
उजैर साहब अगर आप कमेंट्स पढ़ लें फ्रॉम द चैट बॉक्स, और अगर आप लाउडली बता दें, आई थिंक द ट्रेनीज आर पुटिंग डाउन सम ऑफ द कमेंट्स।
जी सर। ये ज्यादातर लोगों ने वसवसों की बीमारी और वहम की बीमारी।
अच्छा, नहीं उजैर साहब, जरा रिजवान ताज साहब वहाँ कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहे हैं, उसमें जरा हेल्प करें कि क्या मसला है।
सर मेरे पास ना उनका कांटेक्ट नंबर है ना ईमेल है।
अच्छा, मैं फिर आपको भेज देता हूँ। ये करना पड़ेगा, ये तो रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए है। नहीं, आप जरा एक लिंक हमें भेजिए।
रजिस्ट्रेशन पे ही जाके सिर्फ रजिस्ट्रेशन कर लेना, तो लिंक उनको ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा उनकी ईमेल पे।
नहीं, अगर हम उसको मुस्तस्ना करार दें कि वो रजिस्टर ना करे तो डायरेक्ट आ सकता है।
हाँ सर, उनको फिर ये
डायरेक्ट मीटिंग आईडी भेज दें उनको। ये
और पासवर्ड भेज दें।
प्रोफेसर अफरीदी साहब, मैंने आपकी टीम से पहले भी रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि ये सब्जेक्ट स्पेशलिस्ट आप लोग प्लीज इनको टाइम पे करवा दिया करें।
नहीं, क्या करें हम?
आई मीन इनको
आप
टाइम
मुझे
पे जूम पे इंश्योर कर लिया करें, कनेक्टिविटी कोई इशू तो नहीं हो रहा है या लिंक्स वगैरह पहुंच गए, क्योंकि हमारे पास उनके ईमेल्स वगैरह नहीं होते आपके सब्जेक्ट स्पेशलिस्ट के।
अच्छा, तो आप अगर उसका लिंक हमें भेजे कि वो रजिस्ट्रेशन के बगैर ही डायरेक्ट आ जाए।
अच्छा चलिए, मैं आपको भेजता हूँ अभी, 1 मिनट।
उजैर, आई थिंक इनको मीटिंग आईडी भेजेंगे तो उनको फिर भी रजिस्टर करना पड़ेगा, तो आप मीटिंग आईडी दे दें तो ताकि वो रजिस्टर कर लें।
क्या करें?
ओके मैम।
किससे भेजें? ये लिंक है ना, ये लिंक इसको ईमेल पे भेज दें। ये मुझे अगर भेज दें मैं एक मिनट में वो ज़ीरो कह देता हूँ। ये प्रॉब्लम क्या है उनको? ये आप लोगों ने भेजा था उसको? ये रिजवान ताज को इधर भेज दी। ये है ये रजिस्ट्रेशन के बगैर अगर हमें भेज दे।
मीटिंग आईडी आप लिख लीजिए 981 सॉरी 981।
एक मिनट में लिख दूं।
रिजवान साहब इज हियर।
ओके फाइन।
अच्छा, आ गए। हाँ डॉक्टर रिजवान साहब, कैन यू हियर मी नाउ? आवाज आ रही है?
यू विल हैव टू अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ प्रोफेसर रिजवान ताज साहब।
उसका माइक ऑफ है ना? उसको बोलना है कि वो माइक जो है को खोल दे। वो
अब आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी,
हाँ ठीक है।
गुड गुड, ठीक है।
Sir, we can hear you.
जी जी, थैंक यू। हाँ सर, गुड टू सी यू।
क्या सर, कैसे?
ठीक ठाक।
Please go ahead, sir. We can all hear you.
चलें पहली स्लाइड दिखा दें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आवाज आ रही है असद?
जी सर, आ रही है आपकी आवाज।
जी सर, आपकी
आवाज
आ
रही है।
ठीक है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आवाज आ रही है? इकबाल साहब आवाज आ रही है?
सर आपकी आवाज भी आ रही है और स्लाइड भी नजर आ रही हैं।
ठीक है। अच्छा, इस तरह है कि हम शुरू करते हैं। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। पीपीएस ने ये सीरीज ऑफ लेक्चर्स शुरू किए थे और इसका मकसद ये था कि ये जो हमारे जो ट्रेनीज के लिए गैप आ रहा है उसको किसी तरह फुलफिल किया जाए। एंड दैट वाज द पर्पस दैट इकबाल अफरीदी साहब वांटेड के कम से कम जो सारे ट्रेनिंग डिस्टर्ब हुई हैं, हर जगह पे डिस्टर्ब है, बोर्ड्स भी डिस्टर्ब हैं, तो उसको किसी तरह उस गैप को फिल किया जाए। सो आई वाज गिवन दिस टॉपिक, तो इसमें मैं बेसिकली फ्रॉम ट्रेनीज पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू टॉपिक्स कवर करूंगा। तो ये टॉपिक, एज यू नो, OCD is a very important topic and it's very important for psychiatrists and we have to know each and everything about it. So for trainees, I will try to cover all the aspects of this problem that you need to know. आगे चलें. Next slide, please. अगली slide, please.
I think उजैर साहब स्लाइड आगे मूव नहीं कर रही।
आप इसको स्लाइड शो व्यू में करें, आप देखेंगे इस पे कोई लगा हुआ है, स्लाइड शो व्यू में करें। हाँ जी,
प्रोफेसर रिजवान, आप इसको स्लाइड शो पे जाएं, आप नीचे एक आइकॉन देखेंगे, उसमें ये स्लाइड बड़ी हो जाएगी। अगर आप नीचे बार पे जाएं,
किस पे जाऊं? शेयर स्क्रीन पे?
हाँ नहीं, जहाँ नीचे बार बनी हुई है ना, उस पे आप क्लिक करेंगे तो स्लाइड बड़ी हो जाएगी। तो फिर आप कर्सर को चलाते रहेंगे तो ये स्लाइड मूव करती रहेंगी। जहाँ 4 डॉट्स बने हुए हैं उसके साथ सर एक और आइकॉन है, फिर एक और आइकॉन बना हुआ है, उसको आप क्लिक करें तो स्लाइड ये एक्सपैंड हो जाएगी। सर जो रेड रंग की बार है ना आपकी सर स्लाइड्स के नीचे, उस पे दिया हुआ है स्लाइड को आप क्लिक करेंगे तो एक्सपैंड हो जाएंगी ये।
हाँ जी, ये वाली।
हाँ, इसको मैंने किया तो है लेकिन ये कुछ
क्लिक करें सर, इसको क्लिक करें, बड़ी हो जाएगी सर स्लाइड।
नहीं, क्या कर रहा है? नोट्स, कमेंट्स,
आपने इसको एडिटिंग मोड में रखा हुआ है, आप नोट कमेंट्स वगैरह खत्म करेंगे तो वो आएगा ना, ये देखें।
नहीं, अगर ये F5 दबा दें तो आ जाएगा। F5 दबा दें।
F5 दबाएं।
F5, अच्छा कर दिया, दबा दिया।
अब आ रहे हैं, हमें तो नजर आ रही है सबको पूरी स्लाइड।
चलिए मैं रीड तो कर सकता हूँ, इसी पे जारी रखें अगर आपको नजर आ रही है सबको तो।
हम सबको नजर आ रही है, बिल्कुल
ठीक है। अच्छा, सो वी स्टार्ट एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी लॉस्ट सम टाइम, तो मैं जल्दी करता हूँ, तो गो थ्रू करता हूँ। All of you must have seen patients with OCD and all of you must understand it and all of you, and हमारा सारा मकसद क्या है? We should be able to help these people. So it's a seriously disabling illness and it's more disabling in terms of years of disability than multiple sclerosis and Parkinsonism. This is how bad it is. And patient will come to you for treatment after years after onset, और वो जनरल है 10 to 12 years, लेकिन शायद पाकिस्तान में शायद ये इससे भी ज्यादा हो। And that is to do with the family and what they are not addressing this issue, not understanding it, जो पाकिस्तान में जो बहुत बड़ा मसला है। It's a challenge to treat these individuals. It's one of the most difficult clinical problems to manage, and it's a challenge to treat them and to be able to manage and sustain that improvement over years. So that's how bad it is. So in my opinion, in terms of clinical practice, it is one of the most difficult problems to manage. Most of them initially will present to other specialties such as dermatology, जिसमें उनको repeated hand washing से उनको skin problem हो सकता है और कोई problem हो सकता है. And most patients will have difficulty leading a normal life. उनकी हर life के हर aspect पे इसका असर होगा. और for you young researchers, it's a very good area to do research in. मैंने बहुत स्कैन किया, मुझे तकरीबन कोई पेपर पाकिस्तान का नहीं मिला जो मैं समझूं कि इस काबिल था. So it's a good area in Pakistan to do research in. So keep that in mind. Next slide, please. To understand OCD, ये हमारे objectives हैं आज के OCD को understand करें, उसके theoretical, उसके clinical aspects, to perform practical tasks, short-term, long-term case, to be able to differentiate between delusion and obsession, and to have a well-established treatment plan, and to know and how to use and recognize the Yale-Brown scale, and to remember and assess कि हम suicide risk ना भूल जाएं कि हर केस में, personality और depression को ना भूल जाएं हर केस में जब history लें, to know the prognostic factors and to know the recent updates. ये हमारे goals हैं. Next, please. Next, please. Acha. It's a disorder which includes intrusive thoughts, rituals, preoccupation. So it's a combination of a lot of symptoms, जिसमें rituals भी हैं, thoughts भी हैं, compulsions भी हैं. So it's a combination of thoughts and behavior जो different forms में आती हैं. And they cause serious distress to the person and are time consuming and interfere significantly with the person's normal routine, occupational functioning, social activities and relationships. So basically the whole life of the person is affected, and that is why these patients are quite disabled, because every sphere of life that they go into is affected. So themes iski ye hain: dirt and contamination, aggression, orderliness, illness, sex, religion. जो commonest themes हैं वो contamination और dirt से related हैं, and second number पे aggression से related है. So these are the commonest themes of obsession. And based on those kind of obsessions, the person will act and will try to organize his life according to his thoughts, which are seriously disrupted. Next, please. So the most common compulsions are the checking rituals. दरवाजों को देखना, रात को उठ के जाना, खिड़कियां चेक करना, ये करना, गाड़ी को देखना बार बार जाके कि मैंने लॉक किया या नहीं किया. इस तरह की rituals हैं, checking rituals हैं, cleaning rituals हैं, साफ नहीं हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ. Counting rituals हैं, 1 से 10 count करना है, 10 से वापस 1 count करना है. This kind of activity. Dressing rituals हैं कि एक खास तरीके से मैंने dress up करना है, उसमें they could take 1 to 2 hours just to get up and get dressed in the morning. इसके अलावा जो religious element है वो भी बहुत important है, जिसमें हमारे मुसलमानों के लिए है कि वो starting with वज़ू, they will say कि मैंने वज़ू ठीक से नहीं किया, I need to do it again. They might do it 30, 40, 50 times. Again, same for the rakat. They will say कि मैंने शायद इस रकत में ये गलती कर दी है और उसकी वजह से मैं दोबारा पढ़ूं. Same for the Quran कि मैंने सूरह यासीन पढ़ी है, मेरे से गलती हुई है, I need to go back, start again. So this is some of the content that you will see in Pakistan. Next, please. So it's a combination of different symptoms, rumination, train of thoughts, and the important thing is that the patient feels that they are inappropriate and nonsensical, and they attempt to dispel or dismiss the unwelcome thoughts and urges, and may lead to severe struggle with intense anxiety. So the person, especially in the early phases, tries to resist them. He recognizes them, they are abnormal and they are disturbing him, and he tries to resist them. And these symptoms and this, what I'm saying, is important because that is what will differentiate it from psychosis and delusions. Next, please. So the person is actually trapped in his thoughts and his feelings and his emotions and his behavior, and he is extremely disturbed and distressed. It's so disturbing that when I talk to a patient, I feel distressed. Okay, how is this person living with this? So this is how bad it is. Next, please. What the patient will tell you: words, ideas, beliefs, recognize as the patient as their own. Again, the important point is that they are his own ideas. They are forcibly pushed into his mind, and he tries to resist them by excluding them. And he has an inner sense of compulsion, and he feels he's going mad. Next, please. And these points again differentiated from delusions. So delusion के साथ ये difference है. A delusion is a fixed false belief which is not open to argument or evidence. Whereas obsession, इसमें ये सारी चीजें, intrusiveness है, senselessness की thoughts हैं, resistance है, ये सारी delusions में नहीं होती हैं. And the thoughts are followed by compulsion, जो delusion में नहीं होती. And then the insight part is also there. In most cases of obsessional thoughts, there is insight into it, and the person recognizes them as abnormal and needs help for them. Whereas in delusion, the person feels that he is absolutely right in believing in these thoughts. So ये सारे points हैं जो इसको delusion से differentiate करते हैं, and for trainees this is extremely important that they should be able to know this. Next, please. So what is the difference between phobic anxiety and obsessional phobia? So phobic anxiety is a series of problems जिसमें social phobia है जहाँ पे interaction का problem होता है, जिसमें specific phobia है जिसमें snake का हो गया, spider का हो गया, जिसमें agoraphobia which is the commonest of the phobia which is of closed spaces. So उस situation और object की fear है जिसकी वजह से anxiety पैदा होती है and उसको avoidance आती है. That is what phobic anxiety is. But obsessional phobia, the person is fearful that in certain situations he might cause harm to others, like if a knife is present in the kitchen, the mother might think that she will harm her children. So this is the difference between a phobic anxiety and obsessional phobia. Next, please. Diagnosis, as you know, the category is, they are at the moment they are under the anxiety disorder. But probably this problem is more severe than all the anxiety disorders. And also the etiology is also different, whereas the anxiety disorder, the amygdala is involved. In this case, the corpus striatum is involved. So us wajah se, this is going to fall into a separate category in the future. So ICD-10 ke mutabik, you need a 2-week period. So if you have symptoms for 2 weeks, then you can diagnose safely. And there's considerable distress and interference with the person's thinking. Next, please. And DSM में ये है कि उन्होंने 1 hour का time दिया हुआ है. So in a day, 1 hour significant distress and symptoms, you can diagnose as OCD, and there is impairment in social and occupational function, and not due to substance misuse or any other brain disease. Next, please. So the effects on the life of the person at the peak of his age are devastating. His personal relationships are affected. घर में जो ताल्लुकात हैं उसके अपने भाई बहन से, अपने माँ बाप से, because he's so trapped in his symptoms that he can't function normally, and he becomes very irritating for the family. And they are very upset, and this affects his relationships. He can't have comfortable relationship. From our point of view, it's so important, because if we don't involve the family in the treatment, we will not be able to succeed. So personal relationships are very important, and this has consequences for his marital life as well. Most of them will not get married, and if they get married, there is a high chance of divorce as well, because it is very difficult to live with these people. So you need to understand how difficult and important and affecting this illness is. So work-related functionality, as you know, it's not easy to for such a person to function under normal circumstances. His productivity and his functionality is reduced. So I feel that especially in private jobs, nobody will tolerate कि ये आदमी जो है अपने rituals में फंसा हुआ है और ये काम का time ज़ाया कर रहा है. So he is likely to lose his job. So I see a lot of government servants who come to us with OCD, and we try to help them, and we try to maintain their jobs as much as possible, giving them some leverage. Okay, well, I think the worst thing that can happen is they can sit at home and be completely preoccupied with their obsessions. So it's better if they are working and they have distraction in terms of their work, and that is important for their prognosis and their well-being. So you must always think when you see a person, you will try to help him, and you will not tell him कि वो work छोड़ दे, बल्कि वो work में अपने आप को adjust करने की कोशिश करे, and he must try to maintain his job. And marital consequences का मैंने बता दिया, most of them will try not to get married, and even if they get married, they will have difficulty maintaining that marriage. Next, please. Comorbids. Again, very important. So what this means is these are the questions that you will take in the history. वैसे तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये बड़ा difficult problem है, but when it comes to once you know the person has OCD, it will be very easy for you to take the history and take out a management plan, because it is a very precise history that he will give you, and there will be a precise treatment plan that you will work out. So it's actually easy to deal with a case in an exam situation. But these are the things you have to ask. Depression is so closely linked to this that 60% of the persons will go on to develop depression. And again, on the other side, in depression, OCD symptoms are very common as well, more common than OCD itself. So you must ask about depression, you must ask about general anxiety disorder, you must ask about social phobia when you take the history, you must ask about substance misuse. So in our circumstances, the person may be using such as cannabis to relieve his symptoms, to get some temporary relief, or benzodiazepine or something like that. You must ask about substance misuse. And in young girls, you must ask about the possibility of an associated eating disorder. And then the last but not the least, personality disorder. So you must be on the lookout for if the person is at the age where he's gone away from adulthood and is in his late 20s or early 30s, you must keep a lookout what kind of personality is. So these are basically the points that you have to take in the history. और एक मैंने आपको point suicidality का बताया था कि वो आपने जरूर history में पूछना है. That is very, very important. So age of onset around 20. It can start at the age of 4 to 5 years, and the earlier it goes, the bad it is, the worse the prognosis. But around 20, when the person is at the peak of his life, but as I explained, the family will live that kind of thing, and they will probably present 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years later to the doctor. By that time, your work will be definitely cut out and very difficult for them. So onset after 35 is very rare, maybe less than 10%, and gender-wise equal distribution, except in early ages. If the onset is in the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there is a male predominance. But otherwise, gender distribution is equal. So keep this in mind. It strikes like most psychiatric disorder at the peak of the illness. Next, please. Psychometric tools, you must know the Yale-Brown scale, you must understand it, and you must use it. And it's very easy to use. And that is the scale that's going on. It's validated in Pakistan. Everything is okay with it. But थोड़े से नाम आपको बाकी scales के भी आने चाहिए. The brief obsessive compulsive scale हो गया, the Florida obsessive compulsive inventory होगी, the Vancouver OCD inventory. So ये scales हैं जो आपने exam situation में अगर आपसे पूछा जाए तो you must tell them. At the same time, इसमें आप suicide intent scale भी डाल सकते हैं. You can, if you want extra marks, you can say that, because that would be relevant in this case as well. आगे चलें. Under 1% at any time prevalence. ठीक है? It's not a very common disorder, the same prevalence as say schizophrenia. ठीक है? So in 2 to 2% lifetime prevalence 2 to 3%, which is quite a high percentage. So it is the 4th most common mental disorder after depression, after anxiety, after substance misuse. This comes as the 4th most common mental disorder. And sub-threshold symptoms are more common. So symptoms not qualifying for a diagnosis of OCD, but being there in say depression, जैसे मैंने कहा कि there are more symptoms of OCD in depression as compared to in OCD itself. So sub-threshold symptoms are very much there and need to be addressed. ये मैंने बात कर ली दोबारा कि OCD ठीक है. Next, please. Defense mechanism. The 2 common defense mechanism is reaction formation and magic undoing. So reaction formation basically means that the person has ideas of dirt and everything, and in reaction to that, as an opposite reaction, he goes for hand washing. Magic undoing का मतलब ये है कि वो एक खास magical thinking produce करता है. He says कि if I do this, then this will happen, which has no link with each other. So he thinks a certain way that if I do this, if I do complete this ritual, this will happen, that kind of thing, which is called magic undoing. Next, please. So while assessing what is the most probably involved area in the brain, Is it the corticostriatal thalamus loop? Is it the HPA axis? Is it the mesial limbic system? Is it the nigrostriatal dopamine pathway? Is it the tuberoinfundibulum? So this is a question for you. Next, please. Genetics, very important. Family studies, twin studies, very clear evidence that this problem has some genetic basis. Has a gene been identified? No, it's such a complex phenomena of multiple symptoms. It is unlikely that a single gene will be identified soon. And it's the same with schizophrenia and everywhere else, where we have really been a lot of research in genetics, but nothing solid has come out. And again, we know about serotonin system. This is a disorder which specifically responds to the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and that is the main evidence for the serotonin system being involved. And there's some evidence that there's disturbance in the metabolite of serotonin, that is 5-hydroxyindoles acetic acid in the CSF. ठीक है जी? And then there is this long list of organic brain disorders जिसके साथ इसका link है. Tourette syndrome के साथ बहुत close link है. You might have OCD with a history of Tourette syndrome, and tics is a very common problem, secondary problem with OCD as well. Then you've got encephalitis lethargica, जो बचपन में it's an infection of the brain, और उसके बाद देखा गया कि patients develop OCD symptoms. So you need to know this. These are the questions that are come up and are in the literature all the time. Then you have Sydenham's chorea. So any pathology involving the basal ganglia, you are likely to have OCD symptoms as well, including Huntington's chorea and Sydenham's chorea. फिर ये PANDAS का भी सवाल एग्जाम में आता रहता है, pediatric autoimmune neuroleptic disorders, और ये basically streptococcal infection है, and इसका link भी OCD symptom से है, and probably the infection penetrates the corpus striatum जिसकी वजह से ये होता है. And then post-head injury, you have a greater than normal chance of developing OCD symptoms post-head injury. Next, please. So the question was which system is involved, and it's the increased glutamate signaling in the prefrontal cortex leading to thalamic disinhibition and a positive feedback loop back to the cortex, resulting in repetitive thoughts and behavior. Now, the research that is going on is on scanning. So it's the scanning, detailed scanning from magnetic resonance to PET scanning. And all these have shown increased blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, and along with all these areas are affected. Next, please. And this is the diagram of the whole feedback loop system where all these three areas involved. And if you look at the green area, which is the corpus striatum, if you've heard about deep brain stimulation, which is only the major change in the treatment that has helped very chronic bad OCD patients, deep brain stimulation. So they actually put an electrode in the green area that you see over there, the corpus striatum, and somehow interrupt the loop of signaling, which helps the patient. And I have not seen any patient who has actually benefited from this, but I have seen many reports of videos and documentaries of patients who have been helped with this. So अभी तो पाकिस्तान में ये लाहौर में हो रहा है, लेकिन it's very much under investigation in Germany, UK, America, and I have seen videos where intractable OCD has responded to these electrodes. Next, please. Recent advances. I was been scanning a lot of papers. So, सबसे जो important बात ये है कि this eventually will come out to be a neuropsychiatric organic problem. So the meta-analysis of 780 brain scans by Fauci et al. There is a issue of cortical thinning, and this unmedicated patients में ये चीज देखी गई है कि the cortex becomes thin in the frontal right precentral, right posterior cingulate and bilateral middle temporal gyrus. There is also decreased volume in the hippocampus. तो यहाँ पे मैं आपको ये बता रहा हूँ कि the amygdala is not involved, which is the basis of the anxiety disorder. So you need to understand that this could be a disorder different from the anxiety disorder. Next, please. Another one, anti-basal ganglia antibodies present in primary OCD in significant numbers, again showing that the basal ganglia are the important area involved in this disorder. Next, please. Psychosis and OCD. Again, it fascinates me that some of the OCD patients, in fact, patients I see who are probably at the severe end, a large number of them develop psychotic symptoms. So I was surprised to learn that this has been recognized for the past 100 years, that OCD patients develop psychotic symptoms. And the development of psychotic symptoms, this is the latest review article, July 2020, you can have a look into that. It results in bad prognosis, high suicidality, low functioning, and it is as high as 24%. This is the latest review study. Next, please. Difference of OCD symptoms across culture, age, and gender. So what I was doing was I was trying to scan कि क्या Muslims में OCD के symptoms जो ये कह रहे हैं कि aggression, aggressive impulses और cleanliness ritual ज़्यादा हैं, तो क्या Muslim religion में religious element का role है या नहीं है या ज़्यादा है? But unfortunately, I couldn't find any study जिसमें इसका हो. So this is one area that needs to be researched in. So this is the latest July 2020 की study है. इसमें इन्होंने across the continents ये study review came of 94 studies, and they couldn't find any difference in the symptoms in terms of culture, gender, age. The only thing they found was that sexual obsessions are more common in males. So I think this is a research area that PPS can take over, or some brilliant researcher, a young researcher among us can take over, where we can look at practicing Muslims, how they present with OCD, and what role does the religion have and the religious ritual have in their OCD. तो इस स्टडी को अफरीदी साहब को मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि इसको कोई देख लें कि ये एक एरिया है जिसको हम रिव्यू कर सकते हैं. इसको हम I think it would be a very nice study to do. Next, please. Then there are a lot of work on treatment, a lot of papers on treatment. So this is the last paper, and again, it's the same thing. You need to give a combination of treatment, pharmacotherapy versus with CBT, and that will help the symptoms, that will improve the depression, that will improve the functioning, that will improve the quality of life. So इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा papers हैं, और सारों का basic consensus यही है कि you need to give both, and it will really help the patient, and you will be able to sort out the problem as much as possible. Next, please. Next, please. Again, frequently asked in the exams, the stepped care model क्या है OCD का, and how will you implement it? तो ये इसकी basic steps हैं, and this is basically a UK model जहाँ पे, as you know, the primary care services are very well developed. UK ने पिछले 20 साल में, from the time of Margaret Thatcher, उन्होंने सारा focus ही primary care पे किया. उन्होंने देखा कि hospital में हमें patient को देखना बहुत expensive पड़ता है, और उसको दाखिल करना तो बहुत ज़्यादा कॉस्ट ऊपर चले जाती है. तो उन्होंने सारा इन्वेस्ट प्राइमरी केयर स्ट्रक्चर पे किया, जो इस वक्त पाकिस्तान की गवर्नमेंट का भी यही इनिशिएटिव है. दे हैवंट येट सक्सीडेड, बट दे आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट इन इस्लामाबाद अ मॉडल प्राइमरी केयर सेटअप, जिसमें 6 सेंटर्स इन्होंने बनाए हैं. अभी जब से ये कोरोना का चक्कर शुरू है, सो इट्स गॉन इनटू अ मेस, लेकिन वो अभी रह गया है. सो अभी, but this is the step care model. Unfortunately, because of the slide size, I can't see it, but basically it starts with education and basic counseling, and then moves on to the primary care setup, and then moves on to the basic therapy involving the primary care team. वहाँ पे जो primary care teams हैं, उनके साथ community psychiatric nurses भी attach होती हैं, community social worker भी attach होता है, and they are responsible for this, and the GP knows what basic treatment to give. They are trained that way because वहाँ के GPs को उनको एक खास तरीके से training की जाती है, जिसमें उनका psychiatry का rotation भी होता है. So slowly you progress on to the team, community multidisciplinary team, जो 0.5 है, or then last you go on to the inpatient care, which is the most expensive part of the problem. So I'm sorry I can't read this because it's very small, but I think probably where we see the patients are 4 and 5 step पे. So because we don't have these community mental health teams, we don't have the community psychiatric nurse, वो तो वहाँ पे उन्होंने OCD के specialist बनाए हुए हैं जो actually इसी से deal करते हैं. So we are lacking in that. So all the burden falls on the psychiatrist and the psychologist. Next, please. Again, I can't read this, but generally it's the same thing that how to proceed. You start out with basic counseling and basic CBT, and then if it doesn't work out, you go on and add an antidepressant, and if it doesn't work out, you go on and move to the specialized psychiatric team. Next, please. Again, same. I actually can't, I'm sorry, I can't read it, but again, the list of people who are responsible for this, the GP, the community psychiatric nurse, the social worker, the behavior therapist, the specialized OCD person, if you have one, the psychiatrist, the psychologist, जो भी आपके पास एक stepwise model में available है, and eventually the person is going to end up with a multidisciplinary team where everybody combines. वहाँ पे UK में ये होता है कि the team meets once a week and they evaluate the progress and they decide the psychiatrist decides the treatment plan and they are given the task कि आपने ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है, whatever the situation might be. Next, please. So medication, again, as I said, the evidence that serotonin is involved is because of the SSRIs and because of clomipramine, which is again specific serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and these drugs we will eventually end up using, and certainly the patients who end up with us are not well, they are quite at stage 4 or 5. We will definitely be able to need to give medication, and clomipramine is a very, very old tricyclic antidepressant. It has serious side effects. You need to be very worried about and alert about the anticholinergic part of the side effects, and you need to be very careful about prescribing in people who are elderly. So maybe you might need to give anxiolytic for the short term and low dose antipsychotics in advanced disorder. Next, please. So medication you start with this SRI. If you do not respond, you go on to the another one. So the start is with the adequate dose and duration. The duration would be 6 to 8 weeks, and the dose would be depending on the type of use, escitalopram, paroxetine, whatever it will be higher than the antidepressant dose. And if the patient does not respond, you can augment it with something else, like an atypical antipsychotic, or switch to the TCA if the patient is able to tolerate it. Next, please. Psychological approach, again, very important. This should and always be part of the treatment. The psychoeducation is the start of the problem, the exposure and response prevention. You must know how to do it, and you must practice how to do it. And behavior treatment of thought stopping for obsessional recurrent thoughts, CBT. And again, family therapy and education, so important, so crucial. If you don't involve the family, the patient will not do well. You must always remember that. So this is the basic core of the CBT, and every trainee must know this. And I was glad kal Dr. Bashir ne CBT ka course Peshawar mein launch kiya. So all of you need to understand, you need to help your patients more. So you need to know about CBT, and you need to be able to practice CBT. So it's not just for OCD, it's for depression as well and many other disorders. So 3 to 5 sessions for fully entrenched OCD, you need to have 3 to 5 sessions a week for 3 to 5 weeks. Each session may last up to 1 to 2 hours. ये इसका breakdown दिया हुआ है. 15 minutes for review of previous session and homework, 45 to 90 minutes for exposure and response prevention, 15 minutes for setting homework, and ideally when a symptom is addressed, there should be 100% compliance with therapy, and otherwise the therapy work will be undermined. And then there can be follow-up booster maintenance sessions. So the trainees must know this and must be able to pinpoint that these are the steps of CBT. Again, this is the same repetition of the same. Next, please. So this is the widely acceptable treatment. You create a hierarchy of anxiety producing exposure situations. You start with the least anxiety provoking and you stop that behavior. And then you go on to the next step. And it should slowly over a period of months and weeks, it should work out. Next, please. And you look at the triggers and you try to make sure that the triggers are not there. And exposure over a period of time leads to less anxiety. And at the same time, you train them to be relaxed and you give them verbal assurance and persuasion not to indulge in the obsession, in the compulsions. Next, please. Patients tend to resist the compulsions to perform, are eventually able to stop engaging in these behaviors. Now, if the person follows these rules and follows the program, the compulsions can be reduced to a very large extent. Now, the question is that how to engage the person and make him comply with the exercises or the program that you have laid out. And there you need the family support. So if the family is there, they are supportive and they're able to encourage the patient to practice the program that has been laid out, the person will definitely do well. Next, please. Common difficulties, non-compliance. Patient ek dafa aa gaya, agli dafa ghayab ho gaya, doesn't come. He doesn't follow the instruction, because if he doesn't do it at home, it will not work out. So he has to practice at home so that he can work it out. And there could be passive avoidance. He doesn't want to indulge in it and he quietly avoids being involved in it. And he starts arguing about the exposure response prevention requirement. Again, not a good sign that you're going to be successful. And there is other problems at home. There's emotional overload, there's marital discord, there's problems of relationships at home. There are other emotional issues which are impairing the progress of the person. So these are the problems that will not make the person not do well with the exposure and response prevention. And then the family problem. If the family is reacting negatively, are aggressive, are not understanding, which is a big problem in Pakistan, of such a complex problem, then it's unlikely that ERP will succeed. Next, please. So again, I've mentioned deep brain stimulation. I think this is the probably patient who's intractable OCD and is not responding to any help of any kind, including medication and whatever behavior program that you have laid out. So this is a way out, and this can help. In this case, it's not without side effects. Epilepsy is one of them, and hemorrhage is the second one. But it's certainly a safe method where you don't need to do surgery. The electrode is lodged in the corpus striatum. And iske alawa, as you know, most of the patients of intractable Parkinsonism are being referred for DBT. तो वहाँ पे लाहौर में सेंटर है, वहाँ पे ये लोग करते हैं, अमेरिका से डॉक्टर्स आते हैं, वो करते हैं. Then TMS has certain role, especially in the mood part, if there's a consistent mood element, and same for ECT. And again, neurosurgery का भी एक role था एक ज़माने में, but I hardly ever hear of anyone going for neurosurgery. And it's a very complicated way that you can go for it, and इसके problems ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं बजाय इसके कि you give relief to the person. Next, please. Bad prognosis. You must know the prognostic factor on your fingertips. So early childhood onset, bad prognosis. Giving in to convulsions regularly, bad prognosis. Severe symptom requiring hospitalization, bad prognosis. Comorbid other psychiatric disorder, depression, psychosis, whatever. Social phobia, substance misuse, bad prognosis. Presence of psychotic symptoms, bad prognosis. Having a background personality disorder, such as a schizotypal personality, bad prognosis. Poor response or non-adherence to treatment, bad prognosis. Duration of untreated illness. So the more you leave it, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years, not months, not weeks, years. The duration of untreated illness, bad prognosis. Longer the duration, bad prognosis. Family not cooperating, not interested, not understanding, which is very common in Pakistan, as you've seen with your corona situation, bad prognosis. Next, please. Good prognosis, good social adjustment where the family is cooperative, he has a good social circle, friends are cooperative, everybody is understanding, good social adjustment overall, good prognosis. Good occupational adjustment, as I've already said, if the person should keep his job and it will be beneficial from a treatment point of view, not from any other point of view, but from a treatment point of view. So, agar uski occupational adjustment ho jati hai, so we will all be in a better position to help him. So, in practice, if he is in some kind of a private job, they will probably not let him continue. Again, I've seen it all the time. तो मैं अभी के लास्ट सोचा था, तो मैं सोचा था कि ये लोग जो हैं वो बेस्ट इनके लिए ऑक्यूपेशन PIA का पायलट भर्ती हो जाए. So they'll be doing very well. Good response and adherence to treatment. Yes, if there's a good response and they adhere to treatment, then they will do well. Then episodic nature of illness. You have symptoms, they disappear for a while and they come back. Good prognosis. And again, we come back to the family. Family interest, they can work out very well. The family is understanding, the family is cooperative, the family is keeping you informed, the family is monitoring, the family is helping the CBT, the family is helping the compliance to medication, the person will definitely do well. Next, please. Okay. मेरी अफरीदी साहब से डिस्कशन हुई, तो वो हमने कहा था कि ये जो प्रोग्राम है ये सारा जो है मोर फॉर द हेल्प ऑफ द ट्रेनीज है. एंड अफरीदी साहब वाज बिल्कुल राइट के वी ऑलरेडी बीन डिस्कसिंग कोविड एंड इट्स इफेक्ट्स, एंड वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इट सो मेनी टाइम्स दैट आई थिंक वी नीड टू डिस्ट्रैक्ट आवरसेल्व्स and think about the routine psychiatric practice. Now there's no doubt that COVID has created difficulties for all psychiatric patients, not just OCD, but all psychiatric patients. Their relapse and their symptoms will and are being affected. But at the same time, we need not pathologize the situation. COVID doesn't mean that the nation is turning into a psychiatric caseload जो ज़्यादा हो गया है. No. So एक general stress है वो it is acceptable for people to understand and have distress. It's not just the COVID, it's the overall economic situation and lots of other problems that keep on cropping up. And of course, it's the media as well, which is really making the population more distressed, starting with के आज इतनी अमवात हो गई, and then आज चीनी को ये हो गया, then PIA को ये हो गया, then whatever the bad news that terrorist attack हो गया. So the media is really disturbing the population mentally. But we psychiatrists should not attempt to pathologize the situation, but definitely इसकी psychiatric patients की sensitivity पे एक cost है. They will have more aggravated symptoms and they will have more chances of relapse. And number 3, there is a issue of medication as well. So all the time we hear कि जी फलानी चित्राल में इधर-उधर patients हैं और उनकी treatment जो psychosis की थी या schizophrenia की वो interrupt हो गई है, and they haven't been able to get the medication from there. So these are the problems that we need to see and look. आगे चलें जी. तो OCD का भी यही है. I'm not going to go into detail, but basically it means कि because of the pathology, psychopathology of COVID, that it's related to cleanliness and prevention of COVID spread by hand washing and repeated hand washing. So that feeds into the pathology of psychopathology of OCD. So there's a higher chance that OCD patients will take that on board and they will their symptoms will be exaggerated. And again, and they will. And then the second part is the fear part, where they will be extremely fearful that they will infect others and they will keep that, circulating that in their mind, that they're a source of infection for their family, for their children, whoever is at home. So that kind of fears can overplay in an OCD patients. Aage chale. Yeah, ye wohi baat kar raha hai jo I've already said. Next, please. So what can you do? I think it's better that you explain it to the family, explain it to them that this is a temporary phenomena. The person will be able to sort out the problem. The phase will be over, and he will go back to his normal routine. And you need to watch out that he doesn't, his symptoms do not get aggravated because of the COVID situation. And he should, above all, stop discussing COVID and stop himself from looking at news and social media coverage of COVID. Especially, it's important for the general population, but especially important for the OCD patient to be away from these kind of news, whatever situation may be. Next, please. It's saying the same thing, or information overload nahi hona chahiye. Next, please. And in this situation, if you feel your symptoms are getting worse and you are unable to control your urges, cleanliness urges, then you need to go to your doctor and seek advice and assurance and help. I think that's probably the last slide. ठीक है. I think somebody mentioned, मैंने वैसे ही कमेंट एक आध देखा था तो उसमें वो उसने child sexual abuse के बारे में कहा था. Absolutely, I have missed that point. It's an essential part of every psychiatric history, not just OCD. Every psychiatric history. So the study that came out, I'm not sure it was a year back or 2 years back, जिसमें उसने 3 types of adverse childhood conditions को address किया था, जिसमें emotional abuse था, physical abuse था और sexual abuse था. So उसमें सबसे important emotional abuse था और second number पे physical and sexual abuse था. So emotional abuse, abuse of all kind, so important for OCD and for all psychiatric disorder. And again, we must not miss in the history, and we must not ask. We must ask the patient about that. And ये जो paper है, ये मुझे इस वक्त उसका reference भूल गया, but you all need to know about this paper. It's a very, very important paper about adverse childhood conditions. Somebody asked about prognosis. How to explain prognosis? It's basically the family is a partner in your treatment plan and in your understanding of the problem for the patient. You have to explain the family each and every part of the illness. You have to explain each and every part of the treatment, and you have to explain each and every step of the treatment that you will take in the next few weeks, months, whatever. And as I keep on mentioning, our families are good in this. Let's not dismiss that. As compared to the West, our family are better than the Western families. So it's just a matter of us explaining to them, us being able to getting the message across to them. So again, important that family को हम involve करें, उनको एक चीज बताएं और उनकी help लें. So it's generally ये होता है, you have a family member, so उसमें एक person जो है वो alert और active ज़्यादा होता है और वो ज़्यादा helpful होता है. So you need to identify that particular person और उसी से करें. Somebody just put a note कि पता can the symptom be transmitted to the child? Yes, the child can copy the mother, but that doesn't mean he's going to develop OCD. He'll just be copying or modeling his mother. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to develop OCD in the future. Next question. One of the family members has, बिल्कुल, absolutely, I agree. One of the family member has to adopt role of co-therapist. मैंने आपको बताया, आपने उसको identify करना है कि वो कौन सा family member है जो आपको help कर सकता है इस तरह की situation में. तो उसको आपने आइडेंटिफाई करना है और उसको इन्वॉल्व करना है. Does the symptom compulsion get worse with age? Yes, they can. It's a long-term chronic problem, and it's not just going to fizzle out just like that. Uski mein prognosis aapko bata deta hu. On one hand, you have the worst prognosis, that is 10 to 15%. On one hand, on the other side, you have the good prognosis, that is again 10 to 15%. And in between, you have the mid-range, 40, 50, 60%, where they might do well and might improve to a certain extent, but may have residual symptoms. One of the family, does the symptom get OCD requires separate treatment in case of comorbid? If yes, then how far we can go, like in bipolar affective disorder? What will happen is, the most likely situation is that you have a patient with bipolar illness and he or she develops some OCD symptoms. So certainly you need to be careful and deal with the primary problem first. And there's a possibility that the secondary OCD symptoms might dissipate with that. But in case they don't, then you can address it. But you in case of bipolar, you need to be very careful. As you know about the SSRIs are notorious for triggering a bipolar manic episode. So you need to be very careful about that. So probably the behavior therapy would be the treatment of choice. Living with untreated OCD is painful for family members sometimes. Would it be correct if the attendant or would it be correct to or caretaker आपने काट दिया इसको sorry नीचे कर दें मैं पढ़ रहा था उसको हाँ if a person refuses treatment in terms अगर आप west में होंगे तो आप कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते there are specific very strict laws if the patient doesn't accept medication if the patient doesn't accept treatment you can do nothing about it. The only situation that you can do something about it is if the person's life is at risk, suicidality zyada hai, or he is a harm to others. Those are the two situations where you can jump in and help with the help of the family. हम सबका ये अफरीदी साहब ने भी सिंध का mental health law किया हुआ है सारा, उसमें सारी detail दी है. In that situation, you can definitely help the person. Can moderate OCD patient be managed with CBT alone? Yes, absolutely. It can be, definitely it can be managed. If you can properly implement CBT, nothing like it. Better to have it on your side. And if the person responds to it, nothing as wonderful as that. Achha, do OCD patients may turn into schizophrenia? If yes, how many % are there any predictor for that? Okay. I spoke to you about psychotic symptoms. The percentage of schizophrenia is 1% in the population. Psychotic symptoms are there, but do they develop schizophrenia? Hardly ever. And you need not worry about that, but you definitely need to worry about the psychotic symptoms. जो मैंने आपको figure बताई है वो 24% है जो इस महीने की study आई है. उसने review article है उसने निकाला है 24%. Of olanzapine help with OCD symptom they have been observed with patient with schizophrenia. What is your clinical experience about it? Right. The medication that I have most used in terms of the antipsychotics, the recommended are the atypical ones. The one I have used mostly is the risperidone. In some cases, olanzapine also has been helpful, but it depends on your choice, the patient's tolerability, affordability, and you can definitely use olanzapine if you feel it's much better. We occasionally see patients with current psychotic and OCD symptoms. How to manage such case? So as I've said, you need to start an antipsychotic. No second thoughts about that, and the person, he or she, will be helped. A person has OCD along with manic attacks. So the manic attack is an emergency. It's a serious matter, and you need to deal with that first. So that means first stopping the SSRI that you are giving the person, managing the manic episode, and then in the future looking at what is left of the OCD symptoms and being very, very careful about prescribing the SSRIs. Can COVID be the risk factor for development of OCD? Okay, very important point. Can COVID be the risk factor for development of OCD? It's too early to say at this moment. I think maybe in a year or 2 years down the road, we'll come up with studies where they'll say, okay, पहले नहीं था, कोविड हुआ, उसके बाद इसको OCD डेवलप हुआ. But it's not just OCD that is a risk factor for COVID. All psychiatric problems, because it's a viral illness. And remember, all viral illnesses have a psychiatric sideline. Hepatitis को ले लें, flu को ले लें, herpes को ले लें, depression, anxiety, सब में side effect मौजूद है. So same goes for COVID. So if somehow the COVID virus penetrates the corpus striatum, definitely you will get OCD symptoms. Your view about ECT as a treatment option and refractory OCD, not very good. The depression part will be cured, but as far as the OCD is concerned, I haven't really found it of much. Sir, can OCD with psychosis has the same management as of psychosis? Yes, absolutely. But you will try, as you're already giving OCD treatment and medication, you will try to be very conservative in your treatment prescription, and you will try to use safe, lighter antipsychotic medication.
Over to you, Professor Afridi, if there are no further questions.
We are glad to hearing our worthy presenter, Professor Rizwan Ali Taj, and we are also thrilled and honored to having President PPS, Professor Dr. Mahmood Iqbal Afridi. He will be presenting the digital certificate of appreciation to Rizwan Ali Taj. So please.
Before that, I'm very thankful, Professor Rizwan Taj, for giving such a comprehensive talk covering all aspects, biological, psychological, and social, and the pharmacological and non-pharmacological therapeutic interventions. And I'm also thankful that Professor Asad Tamizuddin is here. And there are 95 people are on the Zoom, but we in our ward has done an arrangement कि 2 LED लगाई हैं और 1 LED पे लोग जो है इधर अंदर बैठे हुए हैं, तो वो जब जरूरत से ज्यादा लोग आते हैं तो बाहर वाली LED पे देखते हैं. तो एक ही Zoom वाले लाइन पे हमारे कई लोग जो हैं इसमें मुंसलिक हैं. सो अब इस प्रोग्राम की हमने एक वो बनाई है कि डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेशन देते हैं, और वो रिजवान ताज साहब के लिए तालियां, और हम सब शुक्रगुजार हैं कि उन्होंने टाइम स्पेयर किया.
Thank you, Dr. Afridi, and thank you, Asad, for joining in.
तो अब ये मिल जाएगा आप लोगों को. जी असद साहब कुछ कहना चाहते हैं शायद?
Yeah, I think I'm very thankful for Professor Rizwan Taj. Always a pleasure hearing to you. Or I think I was looking at the comments. Your lecture was very holistic, so it was obviously engaging each and every aspect, starting from the genetics and then the psychosocial issues, from etiology to pathology. And I think the questions obviously gives an impact that how people are interested in knowing more and more about OCD. I think the best part was about the recent advances. And I think Professor Iqbal Afridi is here. We always stress our residents that please do not only restrain yourself to Mosley guidelines and NICE guidelines. I think do go over to research, because in all your examinations, people do ask you questions. This is in the college criteria that what are the recent advances. So I'm happy that there's so many recent advances, and I'm sure the students will get a lot of benefit. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Now I'll request Professor Mian Mukhtarul Haq Azimi for giving his comments. He's present. He's Secretary General of not only of the Pakistan Psychiatric Society, but also the College of Physician and Surgeon faculty. आवाज अपनी माइक खोल दे, माइक नहीं है खुली.
Thank you very much, sir. And I'm thankful to Professor Rizwan साहब कि वो उन्होंने अपनी availability करवाई है. उनके काफी सारे काम हैं, और I'm really amazed. I'm thankful to you. Basically, you are the dean of JPMC. You are the dean of College of Physician and Surgeon. PPS को भी संभाल रहे हैं. You are still. ये जितने भी weekly activities होती हैं, you are the first to open it. So really blessed to have you, and we would like to request कि ये जो एक virtual forum बनाया है आपने PPS की तरफ से, तो ये कायम रहे और ये चलता रहे. It's all for the benefit of the residents.
At the end, I am very thankful to all the participants, and I hope you enjoy the talk. and hope we will come with a new subject next month, next week, and the speaker will be from outside of the country. So till that, thanks to all of you. Allah Hafiz. बहुत शुक्रिया आप सबका.
Thank you.
और खासतौर पर मुझे जो है ना ये शुक्रिया अदा करना है एको पे उजैर साहब का और टीम पारसा ट्रस्ट के वाले शुक्रिया कि उन्होंने ये हमें ये सहूलत दी. बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू. और इसके साथ साथ मैं ये भी बताता चलूं कि हमारा ये प्रोग्राम जो अरेंज कर रहे हैं, हर बार पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट की टीम होती है. इस बार की जो टीम थी वो खुद ही अपने नाम बता के एक इसमें अयूब, डॉक्टर अयूब हैं, डॉक्टर मनीषा हैं, और इसके अलावा जो है दर्शना और साथ साथ जो है ये डॉक्टर आलिया. इन सबके लिए तालियां. बहुत शुक्रिया.
बहुत शुक्रिया sir. At the end, we are very thankful to Chaudhry Sohail Sahib, who is Director Parsa HealthNet Echo Pakistan, Dr. Asad, Tabarak Hussain Sahib, Dr. Zishan Ali Junejo from JPMC, Dr. Amna Askar, Dr. Bushra Ali, Mrs. Kiran, who is our project administrator, Haris, who is the IT person behind all this project, and Suleiman. And the most important announcement is कि आज रात 10 बजे प्रोफेसर अफरीदी साहब की टॉक है. उसका लिंक हमने पीपीएस के ग्रुप में शेयर कर दिया है. वो भी और कुछ लोगों को ईमेल्स भी किए हैं मैंने, तो वो भी आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि उसमें भी आप शमूलियत इख्तियार करें. बहुत शुक्रिया. थैंक यू. अल्लाह हाफिज.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. बहुत शुक्रिया.
थैंक यू.